Hey everyone, Livy here, back with another video, and today, like I talked about in my tarot goals video, you'll be seeing more walkthroughs from me of specific oracle decks, because a lot of oracle decks are what I'll be picking up right now. And the oracle deck of today is the Outdoors Oracle. Yes, this is a tuck box deck. You can get this deck on Etsy. That's where I've seen it. It's got a lot of these copper foiling bits. It's designed and produced by A Nature Unknown. They are on Etsy, like I said. I don't know if there's anywhere else, but it gives some other bits and information about them. Looks like this. Well, I can't say, okay, I should say this might not be a walkthrough, but this is definitely like a flip through of this deck, because I've recently gotten this and I haven't worked with it yet. So being transparent there, so this is more flip through. There are 54 unique card illustrations, and there is also an instructional pamphlet. So this oracle is one that I've actually been interested in for a while. I'd see it on Etsy, I had it hearted, I just never pulled the trigger, and then one day I saw that this deck was on sale. Now, this deck is actually pretty cheap. At least for me, when I've seen it in US dollars, it's been about 18-ish US. I got this deck for only, I think it was only like 16 or 15 US because it was on sale. So I caught it during a sale. Don't know if that sale is still going on, so going to be transparent there. But yeah, this is not a very expensive deck. And as you can see, 54 cards for an oracle is a good size. Doesn't look like 54 either, but yeah, so this is a tuck box. When you open it up, ooh, the tuck box also is very cool. Has this, I'm trying to remember what this is called. I learned about this in college because I took a geology class and also some labs that talked about this. I think this is a topographical map. I don't remember. It's some type of map where it's showing you the land masses and stuff. So it's an outdoorsy thing. It comes, they put this in here. I'm debating if I'm going to take this out. As you can see, it's more the topographical look, and it just says, "A seeker's journey begins." I think this insert is just to make sure that it like fits okay in the box. I'm still debating, like I said, if I'm going to like take that out. But this is the little pamphlet it comes with. These are, I'll push this up a little closer. These are the backs of the cards. I've talked about this before. I'm not really a fan of decks as much when they have the name of the deck actually written on the back, but that's fine, I guess. It's interesting. It's a nice green, like foresty green. It also tells you the four, I guess, suits of this deck, which are Angler, Hunter, Gatherer, and what is this one? Adventurer. There we go. Sorry. But yeah, so that thing will come up, but it's mentioned more in this pamphlet. So to talk about this pamphlet, the Outdoors Oracle, it is a guidebook. Well, it claims it's a guidebook, but it's a pamphlet. But it tells you a little bit about it on this side. We already know it's 54 cards. It's inspired by the Northwest Outdoors. It says it's a deck that can be used as a tool for self-reflection, to provoke thought, and to gain insight. They have 4 major and 14 minor merits, so they call it like merits instead of suits. I forgot about that. So there's the Hunter, Angler, Adventurer, and Gatherer. And it's a companion for the outdoor enthusiast. And I do kind of like the outdoors. I'm just not like, I wouldn't say I can MacGyver anything or stuff like that, but I do like being outdoors. And so then when you open it up, it looks like this inside. So the majors, as it says, so Gatherer, it says the Gatherer merit symbolizes learning from your surroundings and collecting knowledge. Angler is, symbolizes contemplation and patiently thinking things through. The Hunter symbolizes present intentions and taking direct action, kind of like the swords in some ways. And the Adventurer is challenging your surroundings and making independent choices. So those are the majors. And then the minor, so it tells you a little bit. So it's like, there's a bunch of them, as you can see. But just to look at the gatherer, I guess. So you got an example. It shows like plants, a growing idea, strivers, a dedication, outliers, a fleeting reality, critters, easily missed. And why they show you these is because when you look, for instance, at the first card, it has both the major and the minor merit written on it. So you can like take that, I guess, as a double meaning. And as you can see, it gives you like the title of the card. And then it tells you a little, it's basically like tells you what the card is. It's like Game Hunter, enduring a revered struggle. And that's kind of confusing. But then, like I said, so it's like taking direct action and being dedicated to it. So I realize it's a little confusing, but yeah, that's how this deck is done. So you can take like both of these plus the title, I mean the thing on the bottom to gain meaning. But anyways, let's look at the cards today. So 54, like I said, good number. Cardstock. Oh, I should talk about cardstock. This cardstock reminds me, there's another deck I have that has this kind of cardstock. It has a good bend, as you can see. It's gonna bug me, but this reminds me of a cardstock of a deck I do have. So it's smooth, as you can see. It's not a high gloss, but only because I'm in like lighting that is glossy. But it's like regular, I'd say, gloss. It doesn't feel like sticky or anything like that. But anyways, let's get into the cards today. So we have Game Hunters, our first one. I'm not going to read every single bit of this, but this one says enduring a revered struggle. Then we have trailing a calling mortality. So interesting on that one. And then this one is Black Bear, understanding an untamed familiar. Really cool. So yeah, I think for the rest of these, just because I don't want this video maybe to take 5,000 years or so, I won't read everything it says on the bottom, but I'll leave it for a little bit so you can. But this card is Buck Knife. We've got Duck Hunter. Elk. Hunting Dogs. Now, I should say, some of you might be wondering why I specifically got this deck. When I do, it's like a lot of these cards in this suit are hunting related, and I'll be honest with you, I don't hunt. But again, I like the outdoors. I like a lot of the aesthetic shown in the deck. So it's more for that reason. And I also just like the, you know, bridge size to it. It is bridge size. So yeah. Anyways, this is Lodge. Hurt. Oh yeah, trigger warning. Sorry, there is like blood. For those who don't like that, Hurt. Jackrabbit. Meadow. Poacher. This is really cool how they did the lighting on that to show it's in shadow. We have Rose Hip. Game Warden. Cougar. Oh man. Even where I live, there's sometimes the cougars would accidentally come down and like just go to people's houses. Like you had to watch out sometimes, but they only did that sometimes because I lived near a hill. Or I lived, sorry, near a hill. So yeah, gotta keep out. Now this card, this card is so cute. My goodness. Hiking cat. Oh, this is so cute. I wish my cat was a hiking cat. That's hilarious. I love this card. Kayaking. Ooh, lost. Now, interesting because this card also says it's facing a costly afflictions loss. And if you look closely, I think you can tell, I think the arm, it's suggested here that the arm is cut off. So that's wild. Could you imagine just walking and finding an arm in the middle of the woods? That'd be terrifying. Oh my goodness. Okay. Moose. Luckily, where I live, nowhere near mooses. So, meese. Do you call meese? Moose? What do you call multiple moose? Someone please tell me. Okay. Mountain. Oop. And my cat is crying. Mocha, come here. We have mountain climber. We have a raccoon card. I know some people like raccoons. They're okay to me. My dad doesn't like them, but you know, raccoons here. We have a ranger. Scout. Trail shelter. Arrow leaf. Backpacker. Compass. Truffle hog. Biologist. Stargazing. This card's beautiful. I would love to see the Aurora Borealis in real life. Chicken of the woods. Forager. Forest. Huckleberry. Give me 1 second to pause this. Okay, sorry. Huckleberry. Bird watcher. I have identification book. Trapper. Lewis's woodpecker. Poisoned. Oh no. Yurt. Angler. Kingfisher. Conservationist. Drowning. Oops. Fishing cabin. Lure. Fishing. Fly fisher. Minnow. Pondweed. River, Salmon. I love salmon. And I do like that includes Water Dog. Okay, that's the last card. So that was all those. Let's shuffle it up. Ooh, yeah, it's smooth. Like I said, it has like a cardstock that's like very reminiscent. This is not like, I feel like if you were a riffle shuffler, you'd probably even be able to do this a little quicker, but yeah, I just overhand, and even that, as you can see, it flies very smoothly. It's a good one. And this isn't like a collective reading or anything. I'm just going to pull a couple cards to see how they kind of look all together. Okay. I have Trail Shelter, Lewis's Woodpecker, Poisoned. Oops, let me put those actually in frame. In frame. Okay, interesting. I feel like, did I have this? Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. Did I have this slightly crooked the whole time? Maybe I did. Okay. Anyways, that's the part that's not important. It's really interesting to see the colors together is what I kind of wanted to look at, and how I felt about the kind of the words at the bottom being interspersed with these titles. When I look at this, I feel like the names jump out enough, but if I read this all together, let's see. So Poison says, collecting a costly affliction's wisdom. Trail Shelter, comparing a homestead's future. Lewis's Woodpecker, watching a clever creature's intelligence. The way that they're phrased, I'm still grappling like how you get a meaning from that. I guess you could, if you saw this as like past, present, future, you could see this as like Poisoned was, you know, there's something maybe toxic there that you had to grapple with and think about and get over. Present could be, well, it actually says comparing a homestead's future. So like where you're going in your life, like what direction you're heading towards. But then the Woodpecker, maybe this would be a suggestion of like having to, I don't know. I'd say like the suggestion of having to like watch and learn before you know what insight you should reach. So maybe like waiting and watching. So that's interesting. But the way they're phrased, I do realize is kind of like awkward. So you kind of have to sit with it and look at it a little bit. So this is definitely not a oracle, I feel like, that you would just, what's it called? You would just be able to like read from and get an instant meaning. You kind of have to look at it again and be like, oh, okay, that's the meaning. So I guess keep that in mind if you're planning to get this deck. But if you like this kind of aesthetic, I do recommend it. Again, it's bridge size. It's a good size. Packaging is cool. It would be easy to travel with. Colors are really nice. They kind of keep those like earthy tones. And yeah, I think this is an interesting one. Again, I don't know how it's going to pair with other decks. Oh, I thought about, oh no. I actually thought about pairing this like what I did with the Seashell Oracle. I thought about getting other decks to pair this with. But I don't actually know right now what I would pair this with. Not tarot. I mean, with tarot specifically. Okay, I have to think on that one. I don't have as many examples, but maybe next time, okay? So, if you guys know a tarot deck in my collection that you think this would pair with, definitely recommend that too. I just need to think about it, and I'm on like work brain. I'm filming on a Friday. Anyways, if you've been watching, thank you so much for sticking around as I showed off this new deck of mine. But I'll see you all again next time. Bye.